did this leading the team teach you about yourself?
I think it's not just about me. Sometimes, you get emotional and, you know, you tend to think that you want to do it yourself, but I think you have to put yourself in other players' positions and shoes, and I think that's what, I've done and, try to do it to the best of my ability while encouraging.
I've always believed in myself, and of course, believe in the process. There's a process and there's a time for everything, and you just have to grind it out and continue to work. And that's the same philosophy we as a coaching staff have, and along with the players. We believe in our ability from the get-go. We knew that we could do it, and we plan accordingly. A lot of times we knew that we wouldn't have possession of the balls in many games, even from in the qualifiers, but we were able to control the game without the possession of the ball. And that's what we did in a couple of these games and get the desired result that we really wanted. And I have to give them credit. Trust me, it was a wonderful experience for everyone. And I think staff-wise, they were good. The medical team did a wonderful job, equipment, management. There are a lot of persons behind the scenes who do a lot of work that people don't see, and I mean sometimes can't go unnoticed because they are the ones who really pull everything together, and we just have to give them credit for it.
There is an image that went viral of you and Trudy and who was the other player? Jody in the tunnel, and a lot of folks are saying Reggae Girlz screaming at their coach. Talk to us about what was that exchange.
I mean, it's hilarious when I saw the article, and I couldn't believe it. Immediately I called both Jody. I think we were in the lobby. It was early in the morning when I saw it, and I mean, we were just laughing at it. I mean, it's nothing to that effect, not even close. I'm very disappointed the way that came about. Just didn't think that they did well for us. We have and took away some of the celebration and the limelight from the ladies and from the program itself, and I'm very disappointed with that. And it's something that we have to look into for persons who are doing things, and I mean, do it the right way, say the right things, and make sure that whatever you're putting out there to the public is correct.
What were you talking about?
I mean, we were talking about some things in the game, and I think some adjustment that needed to be made. So I mean, it's just
regular coach and player
exactly.
interaction.
I mean, and I'm disappointed the way it came across. And we had a laugh about it, to be honest, but I'm disappointed the way it came across. And persons just have to be more accurate in terms of the information what they give to everybody. Very, very, very disappointed.
What did this leading the team teach you about yourself?
I think it's not just about me. Sometimes, you get emotional and, you tend to think that you want to do it yourself, but I think you have to put yourself in other players' positions and shoes, and I think that's what, I've done and, try to do it to the best of my ability while encouraging.
And of course, the Jamaican people, like I said, obviously wanted more, so hope that kills. You reach a round of 16, round of 8, of course. But what would you like to say to the country, to the fans all over the world that supported the Reggae Girlz?
Yeah, I think it's funny because I remember we were, I think, lining up against Brazil and Becky was beside me. And even though there were, a lot of Brazilians, I was looking at Becky and I was like, we actually have people in the stands. So, they travel all that distance to support us, while we also had, support in Australia as well. So, for us, we felt the energy, whether that be text message, shout out, publicly, individually, and we just want to tell everyone thanks for the continuous support. It's another step forward, and, we'll be back.
Okay, so you go back to City, and then the next time the Reggae Girlz have a game here, September 22, what are you looking forward to? It's still a few weeks to go, but what are you hoping for against Canada? How do you see yourselves matching up against Canada?
Yeah, I think going to the World Cup and having the type of performance that we've had, we can then look at ourselves and say, we can just match up equally as the other teams. We're more experienced 4 years later. We're playing in top leagues around the world. So, Canada is just another test similar to what we had in the World Cup. And, for us, we want to go to the World Cup. We want to create more history. And, in a few weeks, we'll be back. We're going to talk about, our time in Australia and, of course, the game against Colombia, try to correct some of the mistakes that we had, and hopefully we can improve them for the Canada game.